there, Janet Fritz here for Galaxy Girl Creations. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to another day of the Some Assemblage Required Advent Calendar. Today is 15. Losing track. It's day 15, so I'm going to go ahead and open that. And it is also a Woodgrain and Winter day, so hopefully I can remember to use some wood grain. I totally forgot last on Friday, so yeah, let's see what we can do here. Day 15. All right, we have a little country scene, a city scene, some mountains. This looks like part of it looks like the top of the globe, and then a magnifying glass. Sorry, I lost my train of thought there. So this would be great for exploring your city, exploring your world, exploring your country. I don't know. I think I'm going to use that. I think I'm going to use these two. I've got some pictures of my little guy at the farm last week. And this farm is only open one day a month for them to visit during the winter time. And so, yeah, so we made it in December. So I think I'm going to use those two. Okay, I'm going to put you on, I'm going to step away and print pictures, and then I'll put you on fast forward. Okay, so I have pulled out my wood grain paper for Woodgrain and Winter, and I am going to do a gutting of that wood grain paper to put in the center of this white paper, but I'm going to preserve the outside of the wood grain to be a frame around the two layers in the center. So basically that just involves using a different type of trimmer than my rotary trimmer. So I'm going to pull out, I think I pull out my Fiskars trimmer, which happens to be sitting next to me, but I've got a couple of different smaller trimmers that will do the job. I am just removing the masking off of the top of the two pieces that I'm going to be using from this wood veneer pack. I thought I might use a third one, but I end up just going with two. And it's really easy to remove the masking, as you see here, just by using some Gorilla tape. I do recommend the brand name, either Gorilla or Duct, because I did try one that my husband had that was like duct tape, but it wasn't a brand name, and the adhesive was not strong enough to remove the masking off of the wood veneer. So yeah, in this case, there's a lot of times you can get away with non-brand name stuff, but in this case, that's what I recommend. So here I am gutting my wood grain paper. I did trim it down by about a little bit more than I think I did a little bit more than a ½ inch. I think I did almost in 3/4 of an inch. I don't know. Somewhere around in there. Maybe it was a little bit more than a ½ inch. To give it a little bit of a frame all the way around the outside. I am inking up around the outside edges with some Distress ink in Ground Espresso, which has been sitting on my desk. So that's the brown I've been reaching for. I did recently ink my walnut stain, but I have not pulled it out. So I am roughing up the edges of my wood veneer, my wood grain paper here. And so you're getting quite a bit of wood grain on today's layout because I've got four photos from the farm. And I'm basically, this is a layout that I do frequently with them across just in a row, and one photo is bigger than the others. So this is not a new type of a layout for me, but the way that my embellishments are going down is a little bit different. And I am going to do a little bit of watercolor for my title. So something a little bit different, but something a little bit the same as in the past. I got a little bit of a smudge of ink on my white paper. Oh my goodness. And so I just used my sand eraser to take off that smudge of ink. And I've got that all layered up. And then I'm just going to go ahead and figure out the direction of my photos. I don't want them straight across. I'm going to kind of make them a little bit wonky here and there, just to give a little bit of movement and play in the photos. And this is my little guy, and he is feeding the sheep at the farm. I've got this really old barnyard puffy sticker set from Bella Boulevard that I'm going to be using, and so it's matching up the red there in the stickers with the red in this set of Kiritaki Gonzai Tombai. I don't know. I don't know how you say it, but in the pans of watercolor. So my title is going to be Farm Fresh Friday, and I really like the way that one came out, but you can see my little Farm Fresh puffy sticker does not fit very well between the F and the D. So I am going to write it a few more times and spread it out and try to make it fit. I have not done lettering in quite some time, and so yeah, it took me a few tries to get it the way I wanted it, and it's still not perfect by any stretch. I think actually the first one was the best one, but again, it was a little bit on the smaller side, so I don't end up using that top one. So yeah, I need to do this a little bit more frequently, but I don't think I make you sit through doing all of them. I did flip over to a different, I was going to say a different pen, a different brush, because I was having a hard time with the other brush getting as thin as I wanted. So I think this is the one I end up using. Yeah, it's still not perfect, but it is what it is, right? So I think eventually I just kind of got tired of trying it. And then of course I was just like, oh, let me try it with different slants. Let me try it with different Fs, and yeah, just trying to get used to the actual feel of the brush, which feels completely different than a pen. And when you are changing directions, it definitely has a different feel to it. So that's the part that I was playing around with. But anyway, so I just fussy cut this out. That's going to be my title. And I'm going to let that dry for a few moments here. And then I got to figure out the placement of it, because I don't know. It just, because of the dot in the I, and then when I fussy cut it, I cut the dip a little bit lower on the dip between the I and the D. It just wasn't working out right, but I'm going to make it work. It's just not going to be exactly how I thought it was going to be. So there you have it. And sometimes that's what happens, right? It just doesn't come out exactly how you think it was going to come out, and it works. So I am actually going to layer up my wood veneer on top of my foam sticker. I know that's a weird thing, right? I've never done that before. I don't know how it's going to stay. The adhesive on MK's wood veneer is fantastic though, so I'm just hopeful that it stays put. And yeah, we're going to go for it. So this is what I thought I was going to do, was I was trying to get the Farm Fresh about between the F and the D, but then I couldn't do it without covering up too much of the picture or having some of the wood grain show if I pulled the Friday down lower. So my title, the Farm Fresh, is going above the A and the Y instead. And I'm going to have the tractor kind of at the front of the F there. And it is what it is. It's going to be fine. I do have to pop it up onto some foam tape though, because my puffy stickers are obviously foam. And so those are going to create a bit of dimension, and I need to support the actual title. And not thinking about it, I put foam tape where the tire is going to be underneath, and so just had to play around with that. I am using the little farm looking wood veneer up by the farm, or by the barn, and then I'm going to use the little magnifying glass right in front of where it says Farm Fresh. And I like the way that it comes out. Everything kind of nestles in really nicely together, even though it's not, I don't know, it wasn't like planned for it to do all of that, but I do like the way that it comes out. I thought I'd use the donkey. Well, first I thought I'd use the horse, but the horse was a little bit too tall. I wanted to keep all of the puffy stuff, or all of the embellishments, inside of the wood veneer area and not go into the white area. So I ended up with the donkey instead of the horse, which is fine. And then I was trying to figure out where I was going to do my journaling. I thought I'd bring a label in up above the sun up there, but I end up bringing it in down below, right in front of the donkey, basically. But originally I thought I would put it up here up at the top, and I don't know, I just couldn't. I needed something to fill that space between the barn and the label, and I didn't have anything that I thought worked really well. So that gave me the idea to put it down underneath the word Friday, and it's okay if the donkey's nose kind of bumps into the label, and that's pretty much all of the room that I needed. I didn't need a ton of journaling space. So yeah, it took me a while. I went through my labels quite a bit to see if I had some small ones that I could tuck in there, but I'm liking it down here down below just as well, and so that's what I end up going with. While I do that, I want to remind you to check out everyone else playing along with Woodgrain and Winter, and there is a playlist down below for you to check that out. And then check out what MK is doing over on her channel. She should have a video today for Woodgrain and Winter. Whether or not she's using the advent calendar, I'm not 100% sure, because it is actually, actually, it's her day to use the advent calendar. It's the 15th. I'm doing even days, she's doing odd days, but since I was doing a layout for Woodgrain and Winter, I am using the advent calendar still. So that is it, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions or comments, you can leave them down below, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. And thank you for spending time with me today. I hope you enjoyed this one as much as I enjoyed making it. And I will be back again tomorrow with another one for you. See you then. Bye-bye.